Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Blues Fans TV for my live review of Chelsea 2, Real Madrid 2, and Chelsea qualifying to the Champions League Final. I'm sorry, I'm all over the shop right now. Give me literally 1 second because the amount of technical difficulties I've just had is actually beyond normal. It's actually ridiculous why this just happened. I do not understand, but it did. So I do apologize, everybody, for the delay, for everything going wrong. I even got the Chelsea kit out, which, as you guys know, I don't usually wear. I don't know why this is here right now, not here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. Get subscribed to Blues Fans TV. Oh my God, sorry, I need to collect my brain for a second. We're through to the Champions League Final. Chelsea are through to the Champions League Final after one of the most nerve-wracking and tense games I've ever had to witness in my entire life. Oh my God, we should have beaten them like 6-0. We should have beaten, on aggregate, we should have won like 10-1. We should have won literally 10-1 on aggregate here. This is the most insane thing I've ever experienced. We literally made Real Madrid look like absolute amateurs. You know, Florentino Perez, you want to be in the Super League? How about you start playing some actual good football then? Because what you did in these last two legs here is the most ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Let me just message one thing quickly. Because so basically I couldn't change the title and the description of this video, so I need someone else to go change it, and he just needs some information. Ladies and gentlemen, put everything you want to say in the chat right now. If you want to use the super chat function, that'd be absolutely brilliant. Subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. Smash that like button. Check out our affiliate links down in the description below, and subscribe to my personal channel, to which the link is in the title. Help me reach 10,000 subscribers. We're less than 400 away at this point, so head over there. The link is literally in the title. Click on it and help me reach 10,000 subscribers. As soon as bloody possible. I'm so sorry, guys, that I'm so over the shop. I am so sorry. Honestly, wow. What has happened today? Thomas Tuchel, I love you. I love you so much, Thomas Tuchel. This is the most ridiculous thing. I was screaming around like my poor neighbors. I was shouting like a mad person when Mason Mount made it 2-0. I was close to heart attacks. Havertz missed the sitter. Did Werner even miss the sitter? I don't think Werner missed the sitter today. Havertz missed the sitter. Kante missed the sitter. Mount missed the sitter. Oh my God. And then finally, Mason Mount, after brilliant work by N'Golo Kante again, and Christian Pulisic stepped up and scored. And oh my God, I can't handle this. The title should now finally be done. Oh my God, guys. Chelsea Football Club are in the Champions League Final. Listen to that again. Chelsea Football Club are in the Champions League Final of 2021. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's a Man City fan in the chat as well. No hate for you today. No criticism for you today. Nah, title is not done still. Something's wrong. I don't know what's going on, but something's not happening. Oh my God, guys, this is the most ridiculous thing. I love you, Chelsea. Thank you, Chelsea. Oh my God. I cannot believe this. Fantasy PGA told me the donation, bro. Laurenz, mate, we're in the final. Probably the most I've celebrated a goal since Drogba 2012 when that Mason goal went in, buzzing. I could not agree more. Come on, I've been saying this since I don't know, the first leg against Atletico. I've been saying this. We're gonna win the Champions League here. We're gonna win the FA Cup. We're gonna make 2012 happen again. We're just gonna make it even better because we're also gonna finish in the top 4. And oh my God. We made Real Madrid look like absolute schoolboys. How fucking sick is that? Think about it. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. How are we in this situation? How are we in this position? I do not understand, guys. I cannot handle it. We have another super chat here. Appreciate it a lot, guys. I really do. As a fan of VA, Madrid. My club is finished. Chelsea just destroyed us. We'd win if our president had paid the referee. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I was surprised that the referee wasn't on our side more than he was, in all honesty, because of the whole, Super League debacle that happened. Let me get up the lineup for today. This is the team that the genius that is Thomas Tuchel turned up with today. Edouard Mendy in goal, legend. Andreas Christensen, right centre-back, legend. Thiago Silva, central centre-back, legend. Antonio Rudiger, Mr. Zorro with his mask, legend. Azpilicueta, right wing-back, absolute legend. Ben Chilwell, left wing-back, legend. Midfield two, N'Golo Kante and Jorginho, legends, both of them. Absolutely phenomenal. Mason Mount, a god, an absolute legend. Kai Havertz was both Didier Drogba and Eden Hazard today. There was one Eden Hazard on the pitch today, and it wasn't the real one playing for Real Madrid. It was bloody Kai Havertz today. And Timo Werner today played his best ever game for Chelsea Football Club. That was unbloody believable. Honestly, I cannot handle it. I am so lost for all of the words that I've ever known in my life. I don't even understand. Noah with another super chat. I appreciate it a lot, saying, yes, the pride of London, Tuchel Masterclass. Oh my God, yes, that's exactly what it is. Tuchel Masterclass is the biggest. Oh my God. Oh my God. These 11 players, plus these players that came on from the bench today, are all legends. And I know I'm jumping the gun here. They need to actually become legends when we win the final and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get it. But we haven't played the final yet, so I can't have a go at them for that yet, right? They're heroes. All of them are heroes. I don't understand. Like the first half, we had. Let me just get it up quickly, and I'll also get Joe to join the chat in a few minutes' time. Let me just get up the stats. We only had 32% possession, and we were still so far the better team. Jose Mourinho now makes sense all of a sudden. You don't need the ball to be the better team. You clearly don't, because we were by far the better team. Real Madrid didn't have a single actual shot in the second half, and the two shots they had in the first half were, well, they had a few, right? Cruz shot from distance once, Modric shot from distance once, and then, Benzema had a good shot just outside the box, I think. Mendy did incredibly well to save it, and then a header by Benzema, which Mendy tapped over the bar, right? But nothing second half, nothing. We was going into halftime. Oh, I wish we were 2-0 up. We need a second goal here. Second half, Real Madrid didn't even get anywhere near our goal. They didn't even know what our goal looked like. That's how far away from it they were. The only disappointing thing of the days, the Thibaut Courtois was absolutely incredible. That was slightly disappointing. But, we're through to the Champions League final. I just want to talk about a lot of things. N'Golo Kante is a superhuman. No, he's not even human. He's just super, because that's ridiculous. How's he done that? Has he done passing drills all of midweek? Because you know what we criticised last week? That he can't play this final pass, and that's ruined everything. Well, today, the man played all of the final passes I've ever seen. Man even scored nearly. I mean, Valverde with a great block, and he would have hit it straight at Courtois anyway, but it doesn't matter, right? Two times, he was literally the reason we scored. I mean, okay, the second time it was also Pulisic, right? But still, oh my God, what a hero. Jorginho, what a hero. The man got booked 10 minutes in. And then a defensive masterclass after that. Crazy. Rudiger, amazing. Thiago Silva, sprinting against Benzema and winning. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen. Andreas Christensen was tackling Eden Hazard at the halfway line in the second half. That's how aggressive we were. At 1-0 up, Smad Azpilicueta doing backheel flicks at the sideline, making Real Madrid look like absolute mugs. Ben Chilwell up and down that side, no matter what. He didn't care. Mason Mount missed the sitter, doesn't matter. Scored his goal anyway. Of course he did. Who else? Mason Mount. What is he, as they say? Inevitable. Exactly, that's what it is. Inevitable. And Kai Havertz, I feel so sorry for him that he didn't score today. What a chip to hit the bar, and then obviously Timo Werner heads it in. What a chip from Kai Havertz. And then he has that sitter as well. The Thibaut Courtois does really well to save. Let's not kid ourselves. Of course, Kai should score, right? But that's a really good save with his foot by Courtois. And then Kai Havertz hit the bar again with a header. He was literally drugged, but what a header. What a jump. What a leap. What power on that header. And 30 seconds later, he turned into Eden Hazard, giving Toni Kroos a nutmeg. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Oh my God. I'm still not over this. I can't handle this. And to make things even better and to help me out here, because I just can't handle things, I'm going to have a very special guest to join this live review. For the very first time, a guest on my live reviews. Mr. Joe. I don't actually know his surname, so he will tell me in a second. Joe, anyway. Joe, the Chelsea fan. That's what he's going to go by now. Joe, the Chelsea fan, right? We're going to have him join this lovely party that we're having going on right now, because I don't know. Joe, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Last name's Mason, which makes it even better.
Joe Mason, what a name. I love it. I'm a big fan. There you go, bro. How was that for you?
I'll tell you what. Let's start with the one negative and then we'll go with all the positives because it was more stressful than it needed to be in the second half.
Let me interrupt you for a second already. Doesn't almost the stressfulness of it make the kind of the 2-0 and the excitement and the happiness that we felt when the 2-0 went in way more than if we just went 2-0 up with 50 minutes and 3-0 at 55 and 4-0.
100%.
Like
100%.
What we kind of feel right now is probably even more extreme because we didn't make it easy.
Oh man, it was incredible. It's just everything. I didn't really see, with the exception of one or two passes, I didn't see a single one of our 11 first players put a foot wrong today. I think Mendy was world class. Everyone was world class, but especially I think if you had to make me pick a man of the match, it's got to be Mendy or Kante today because that was just insane.
Yeah, I would love to put Kai Havertz up there, to be honest, but he obviously missed a sitter, which maybe is why you can't. But I think outside of not scoring, I think he was that is the Kai Havertz that we was hyping a year ago when we signed him. That was the Kai Havertz that we were like, I don't care whether we're paying 80, 90 million for him. That's the guy we need to sign right now. And man, we weren't even sure. I don't know whether in your lineup you would have started him or not, because for me it made sense that Werner started. I just didn't think it was even a conceivable thought to not start Pulisic. I mean, it worked perfectly today, aside from not scoring much. But in terms of performance, we were absolutely outstanding, right? But that performance by Kai Havertz today was very special. Like I just said, I think you might have heard it anyway. How can you beat Drogba and Hazard in the space of 1 minute? Now, how can you have that header and then start nutmegging people? Like, what? That's ridiculous.
It's insane, man. And like, you are absolutely right. I think the front three, that was who I had like pegged to be our front three. And if it wasn't Werner, it was going to be Pulisic. But either way, they would have done sort of not the same job, but they would have been on for the same reasons if they played just to the left of Havertz. And it worked an absolute treat today. Werner, I'm one of the people that give him a fair bit of hate for not being the goal scorer, but he didn't need to be today. And it turns out he was anyway. Which is fantastic. But just his all-round performance today is genuine, a massive, had a humongous influence on how the second half went. I know he got subbed off, but we came out all guns blazing, which I was surprised at, actually. I thought we were going to park the bus way more, and I'm so proud of the team that we didn't, because that would have just been squeaky bum time for 45 minutes. We went for it, and it was an incredible performance, and hopefully everyone that we're watching is watching with us on cloud line like the two of us are, because I can't really get my words out, to be honest, because all I'm going to give this team for the next 15 minutes that you're here and for the duration that I'm here is praise, because it was fantastic.
Honestly, it's ridiculous. Like, so when the lineup came out, you were happy and there was no like, oh, what, Pulisic not starting? Was you okay with it when you saw it?
No, there wasn't any shock. The only shock I had was the Aspie being right wing back again. But again, ate my words. Always happy to eat my words when I disagree with what the team sheet is. But no, I wasn't unhappy. I wasn't really shocked. I was surprised. I would have thought Pulisic more so, but I completely understand why Werner would go there, and he's proved his team selection was an absolutely worthy selection today. So.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it was weird, really, because for the first 10 minutes, I wasn't really sure, okay, what are we trying to do here? Because, you know, I said yesterday ahead of the game and stuff, I was like, let's just make sure we don't concede the first 10, 15 minutes, because going 1-0 down would have been a problem. And that's kind of what it felt like we were doing, because we weren't pressing them super high. We were kind of like starting to press them when they got, well, close to the halfway line, shall we say. We didn't press them in their box at the start. We let them just do their thing, but they didn't get closer than 30 yards from our goal. Kroos took a shot from distance once. Modric took a shot from distance once. That's all they did, really. And then the longer the first half went on, the more we started to get into it without having lots of the ball. But the more we started to get into it, our pressing got better. Pressing got more aggressive. We just kept winning the ball back time after time after time. We just kept breaking at pace. And Timo Werner obviously scored with an inch offside, which, again, frustrating, but he scored after, so I'm not going to be angry. Scored already, and I don't know what minute that was, but then what was it, the 28th minute, when we did finally score and got a Kante? Beautiful. I mean, it was what was it, like Thiago Silva to Jorginho to Christensen and to Kante, and Kante with that wonderful turn plays it to Werner, who somehow holds off Sergio Ramos as if he's a little ant, not bloody Sergio Ramos. Plays the perfect 1-2 with Kante. Kante feeds Havertz. Havertz with the second touch but chips it against the top of the bar, and it comes back in. Werner heads it home. And I was just, because I was already celebrating the first time he scored, and I was like, please don't be offside. Please don't be offside. I was just like, okay, there's no flag. You know, VAR, how it is, where you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. I was like, oh my days. And it stood. And then I don't even remember what happened for the rest of the first half. Did we have another chance? I mean, they had a couple of chances. Obviously, Mendy made a wonderful save to his bottom left from the Benzema shot. And then obviously the header as well. I think one of those might have been a 0-0 and the other one at 1-0. I don't even remember. But did we have another chance to make it 2 already in the first half? I can't remember.
Not from what I remember. No, not really. Well, not a strong enough chance for us to go, oh, that should have been a goal. Maybe a half a chance, but nothing really. But yeah, I can't really stress how well that performance went around the pitch. I think. Do you know what? I think if you had to pick the worst player, as much as it kills me, I reckon the worst player probably would have been Ben Chilwell. And he still played fantastically, but he just gave the ball away more than some. And when I say more, I mean, he gave it away twice. Everyone else probably only gave it away once. It was just a fantastic display. And that's just being, if you want to be harsh, and you can, everyone, you'll see the ratings in a sec, but yeah, probably Ben Chilwell was our poorest player. And what a fantastic game he had. So that's saying something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like when I'm going to do player ratings later, I'm probably going to start at 10 and just so I'll give some 20s, because I cannot be giving out 7s for that. It's ridiculous. No, we start at 10. So everyone's getting like 19. So that's what I'm doing. Made an executive decision. But honestly, we're going to the second half, right? And I was not sure what to expect, really. I was not sure how we're going to approach this. What's going to happen now? We're going to, like you said, park the bus. So we're gonna, we're gonna go for it. What are Madrid gonna do? Like, are they gonna stick to their shape? Are they gonna make subs? And really, I mean, nothing changed aside from that. We kept winning the ball back even more. They started to get even more flustered, and we just had chance after chance after chance, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think, well, not from what I've seen anyway. I think the most defensive we've played is against Manchester City. In the semi-final of the cup, but I haven't really seen yet. I don't think Thomas Tuchel's got a park the bus bone in his body at the minute, which is quite nice to see, because we're quite used to success under defensive managers, and we're finally getting to see the opposite end of the spectrum, which is a pleasure, to be perfectly honest. But and just the passion that the man shows. And what I will say as well, as much as I love what Thomas Tuchel's done, we wouldn't be here without Frank Lampard overperforming last season. So props to him as well for getting us here in the first place. I know it didn't end like we all wanted it to, but and he didn't leave in the best light. But let's not take for granted what he is allowing us to do now, and hopefully we can get a trophy because of it. And he'll have a massive part to play in that.
Oh, he will. He will have a massive, massive part to play in that. I mean, the Frank one, because you said what he did for last season, I agree. Because if you said because he got us to the round of 16, I was like, well, we don't exactly give Villas-Boas credit for 2012. But no, for last season, you make a very good point. That is very fair. 100%. Like, we did overachieve last season. Yes, maybe some opponents weren't as good as they maybe could have been, and that slightly played in our favor. It doesn't matter. We were good enough. If they weren't, that's their own problem. And that's what put us into a position where we are right now. And it's brilliant. It's honestly brilliant. And I know I keep saying this every time we play a good game, and every time we're like looking strong for top 4 and Champions League quarterfinals and finals, and every time I've said it. But just think back to January, the day, or just a couple of hours after we lost 2-0 to Leicester, and quite frankly, we were absolutely annihilated. Think back to that. We now have May, what is it, 5th, 6th, 5th, right? May 5th. On January, 20th, let's say. Just think about what you would have told someone if they told you in May you're going to be in the Champions League final, you're going to be in the FA Cup final, and you're going to look very good for top 4. And on the way to a Champions League final, you will have knocked out Atletico, you will have knocked out Porto, and you will have knocked out Real Madrid, the record champions of this whole competition. Like, it's insane to even think about.
Yeah, and especially what I do like saying as well, I've said it on a couple of streams previous, you get people, let's call them Arsenal and Tottenham fans that go, I heard them, you won't get past Atletico Madrid. We beat them. Oh, no, they were really easy. We won't get past Porto. You won't get past Porto, though. We do. Oh, no, they were really, really easy. But you won't get past Madrid. I dare any of them to tell me that Real Madrid were easy. We made them look easy, and that's on us. That's not because Real Madrid played badly. We played them off the park. And Real Madrid didn't
seem easy for Liverpool, did they?
No, exactly. And no one can take that away from every Chelsea fan that watched that performance tonight, because you'll get people saying, you've had an easy run. Not a chance. Not a chance. We've done it not the hardest way, but we definitely haven't done it the easiest way. But we're making it look the easy way just because of how well drilled that performance was. And we got a warm up for the Champions League final on Saturday. And I'll be interested to see how that goes, really, because you wouldn't necessarily want to. It's far away enough to sort of test the waters a bit, but then again, we're still top 4 is not guaranteed. It's looking likely, but it isn't guaranteed. So I'm wondering, like, are you going to rest people? Or are you going to do that? But not being funny, the adrenaline going through the people that played tonight, they probably won't want to rest until August anyway.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, that's kind of what worries me a little bit. But no, 100%. Like, it's one of those positions that we're in right now that just you don't know what you want to do now, because do you play the same team you played Fulham? Like, you probably could, because is losing or not? I mean, obviously, if we win Man City, we look really good for top 4. But even if we lose to Man City, it's not going to be the be-all and end-all of making top 4 or not. So you could say, let's prioritize Arsenal in that sense, where we're more likely to win if we're at our best than if we are. Because even if we're at our best, you're never sure whether you're going to beat Madrid. Also, I don't want to kind of like, what's the word in the expression of, like, I don't want to shoot all our shots that we have against City on the weekend, because we play them again in a much, much, much bigger game.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's just, but the Madrid, if you looked at Man City, and yes, Phil Foden looked fantastic, De Bruyne looked fantastic, Mahrez looked fantastic. They were all over the place. PSG were all over the place. Yeah. Real Madrid weren't all over the place today. They were finely tuned, like we're used to.
Second half, I think they were kind of all over the place.
Mainly because they had to, like, go for it straight away. Like, the second the whistle started for the second half, they have to go, right, we've got to score now, otherwise it's bad. But I think as great as the performances were against PSG, this was much more finely tuned, in the sense that we had to be not more clinical, because we've shown that we could have been far more clinical, but more alert. Whereas I think all the chances that Manchester City took, every chance they had, they took, whereas we could have very comfortably won 4 or 5-0 today. And that's not even a Chelsea fan being cocky. We could have won 4 or 5-0 had it not been for some very good saves by the Snake.
Honestly, like I said it earlier, if we took our chances, we could have won this game 10-1 on aggregate.
Yeah, and that's not even us being stupid, or like that's not us being ignorant or anything. That is a genuine fact. Like, we could have easily won 4-0 in the second half, let alone, like,
as we could have won 4-1 in the first half in Madrid.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm almost, as much as I'm so happy that it was Timo Werner that knocked it in, I'm gutted that the chip didn't go in.
Just because the chip would have been so good.
Yeah, just because of who it was against. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Timo Werner, but that would have been a joy, like an absolute joy.
It really would have been. It would have been, like, honestly, I say it would have been. It already is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. But ladies and gentlemen, by the way, we have nearly 400 people watching, so big up yourself for that. Get subscribed to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. We want to hit 125,000 subscribers as soon as possible. You know, we can get there. So make sure you subscribe. Smash that like button right now. I mean, if there was ever a day for you to click a like button as a Chelsea fan, surely it's today. Like, you know, we're qualified for the Champions League bloody final. So smash that like button right now. Subscribe to our personal channel. The link should be, I think, if the title link work, in the title. Help me reach 10,000 subscribers. And less than 400 away at this point. So, you know, we're really close. Let's get that done as quickly as we can. And of course, if you want any of your comments to be discussed here, please do use the super chat function. It really helps out the channel a lot. Of course, you don't have to, but we'd really appreciate it. And, you know, it really helps us out a lot. So, you know, it's honestly brilliant. I'll let you do your player ratings later because I'll obviously do mine. I quickly want to just, obviously you touched on it at the beginning, right? In terms of your man of the match, and you were kind of like talking about Mendy and then got a Kante. But I quickly just want to, I know I kind of touched on him already with Kante, but that man is ridiculous. Like, everyone was ridiculous. Yeah. But Kante does things I'm like, you know, we doubt him. And, you know, I'll openly admit that. I doubt some things, right? I still don't think he's as good of a pass off the ball as some people claim he is sometimes. But today, that didn't matter. Like, that's why it's sometimes frustrating when he has the games where he's poor at passing, because we know that he has days like today where his passing can be top as well. That's kind of what makes it frustrating. If he, in all of the 4 years or whatever he's been here, has never had a good passing game, we wouldn't be as frustrated anymore, if that makes sense. But because we know he can, but isn't able to replicate it quite as regularly as he maybe should. But if he plays like today, he's honestly up there with the very, 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 not just midfielders in the world, not just DMs in the world, especially because he's not actually DM, but with the very best players in the entire world. And that's obviously, I'm slightly exaggerating if you're talking about Messi, right? But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, Hazard 2 years ago was deemed as one of the top 3 players in the world. Where was Hazard at? Where was he at? I mean, I know injuries and I don't want to slate a Chelsea legend, but, you know, I was surprised he started, to be honest. I think that was just a Hail Mary by Zidane, just hoping he would do something because it's Chelsea. If they played anybody but us, I don't think he would have started the second leg.
No. And on Kante, I saw an article the other day, not so much an article, more a quote of another Chelsea boy, Claude Makelele, saying, you know, they call the type of position that type of player plays the Makelele position. And he said, but I'm getting old now, and it is about time it gets called the Kante position, because he is just that good at it. Like, he is.
I mean,
and
you can't just have both, because I suppose it's slightly different. So leave the Makelele position, leave that as it is, and now we have a new N'Golo Kante position, I suppose.
Yeah, because it's almost, you know, the amount of people that say it's like playing with two people. Like, I think even Hazard said when he used to play, he thought he was playing with twins, because he'd do a simple 5-yard pass and then he's over here. He is the ground that man covers is remarkable. And in important games, in the first leg of the Atletico, wow, can't really, if I'm perfectly honest, I can't really remember a better midfield performance of that type of midfielder than I saw today, because he was literally everywhere. And even the parts that some people will critique him on is his final third pass. Even that was good today. And that is against literally the most decorated Champions League team of all time. So if he can do it now, it's only a matter of time for the final third pass to become just as good as the rest of his game in the next few years. And now...
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, that's literally it. He is, without a doubt, probably one of the best signings Chelsea have ever made in this current era, and I will stand by that, and I will argue the people that think otherwise, because I think the difference he makes is insane and it is untouchable. Yeah,
I would agree. Honestly, I'm still kind of like half lost for words. I'm like, I can't even believe this happened, because like I was one of these people. I was quietly, not even just quietly, I was openly fairly confident about this. Still nervous. When it's a game that big, even if you're confident, you're still nervous at the same time, if that makes sense, right? And I was in that position. Yeah. And, you know, as I watched the game, I just, aside from the one shot of Benzema that Mendy had to do incredibly well to you know, push around the post, I never felt like Madrid were going to score now. Like, we had them covered. Rudiger, unbelievable. Thiago Silva, I was seeing him out sprint Benzema. I was like, are you mad? This is ridiculous. Christensen, the man's only played right centre back like 4 or 5 times, and he's best right centre back I've ever seen in my life. Maybe aside from Aspie when he usually plays there. And Aspie today, right wing back, right? Man's doing back heels against Ferland Mendy to set up Pulisic. Like, what is going on? Honestly, it's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with Joe Mason, as I found out, with Joe Mason for another half an hour or so. To do his stuff. I really do appreciate you, obviously, joining me for the live review. I really do appreciate everybody that has tuned in so far. Like I said already, be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Help us reach 125,000 subscribers. Make sure you smash the like button right now. Like I said, what better day to ever smash a like button if not today? Subscribe to our personal channel, which the link is in the title at Laurenz Vescoli. Like it says here, literally just my name. I know it's difficult for English people to spell and pronounce, but it just is in the title. You just need to click it. It's quite simple. So, I'd appreciate that. Joe, the stage is yours, and I see you guys very, very soon. I appreciate all of you guys. And one last time, come on, Chelsea.
Fantastic. Right, guys, I'm going to give you a tier list. I'm sure you know where the tier list is going to head and all that sort of stuff. But before I do start that, on a personal note, let's all think how hard that Laurenz has worked for us. Let's try and get him to 10K today. What a day for him to reach 10K on a day that Chelsea are in another Champions League final. Who none of us would have expected this 6 months ago, especially not me. But just on a personal level, let's do that for Laurenz. Let's get him to 10K as well. And whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to go for another 25 minutes, half an hour-ish. I'm going to answer more of your questions. If you are desperate for me to speak to one of your stuff, speak to one of your comments, do not forget that there is a super chat and a super like. So smash that. Also, let's just keep liking it. If you haven't liked it already, please do. And please follow me on Twitter at BluesBroJoe. And that is where we are. So we are also, I'm going to get into a tier list. So whilst I'm doing that, I will answer some questions before we get onto it, of course. But this is where we are going to be. So we'll get onto that in just a second. And I will just have a conversation with you guys as we go. So what a difference a good manager can make. Tuchel is a testament to management. Kante, he is, I would argue that he is unreal. He is unbelievable. He is incredible. He is a joy. He is a pleasure to watch on the pitch. He is incredible. And he should be inundated with praise after the performance he has just done, because it was ridiculous. And Sammy, I'm sure you all know who Sammy is. You should all, be everyone on that pitch today are classified as Chelsea legends. This tier list that I'm about to do is all essentially redundant, because I am just, I can't really tell you that anyone had a bad performance. So, it's just, so who do you guys think is your man of the match? Your personal man of the match? Because I know who mine is. And you might disagree with me, but I will give you my reasons, of course, and I will argue my reasons, because I like arguing. It's fun. It's a joy. But Ken, guys, let me know. Give me some questions about what you think, my final lineup would look like, or what you think we should do on Saturday, or just any other Chelsea-related things. Let's go. So Kante and Havertz, we got going. So we are going to start. Let's start with, who should we start with? Let's start with Georgie. So Georgie today was fantastic today. He was very good. A little bit of blood rush into the head within the first 15 minutes of getting a sort of taken one for the team yellow card. But other than that, his passes were great. His tracking back was fantastic. But the only reason I'm going to give him slightly less than a few people is because of the yellow card. And it did sort of give us a bit of squeaky bum time. Just hoping that he doesn't get his but he was incredible, and when I say I'm not going to give him as much, I'm literally going to give Georgie a 9, because I'm not going to give anyone less than an 8. Let's be real here. Let's go with the lesser ones, and of course you had Ziyech, Reece and Giroud come on. I'm just going to leave them there because it's sort of unfair for me to rank them, because pretty unnecessary, really. I will, of course, be ranking Captain America. we have this absolute boy here. He's going straight in there. I was very critical of him on a personal level when he played right wing back in recent games in the first leg in against Palace. I didn't think he had the legs for it. I was so wrong. He was fantastic today. He didn't get. I would argue that he didn't get as forward as he did against Palace and in the first leg of Madrid, which may be the reason why he was so much better defensively today. But even when he did go forward, he was doing back heels, he was showing his flair, and you saw him subbed off towards the very, very end. You can see the passion, you can see what it meant to him, you could see how well he did. So gets a 9. Aspie gets a 9. Who should we go for next? Thiago Silva, again, 9. He was incredible. He was commanding. He was the quarterback. He just saw everything. He knew where everything was going, and he showed his experience and class and wisdom and the reason that we got him here in the first place. He was remarkable. And again, you could see the passion. You could see the passion in all these players. It was incredible. And again, guys, keep the questions going. Let me know what's going on. Should we go for a GOAT tier? Come on then. Let's go for the GOAT tier. Okay. As comments go, we'll go for the GOAT tier. Let us start with, right, everyone might disagree with me here. My personal man of the match, my hero in this game, the reason why it was still a clean sheet, of course, all the defenders did very well, but my man of the match is the man in green there. That is who my man of the match is. His saves... And people will argue that, they were pot shots and things like that. You look at those 2 Benzema shots, realistically, we could have been 1-0 down, maybe even 2. His focus is the reason his focus is the reason we have got this clean sheet. He is the reason we struck first blood. And you can quote me on this, Sammy, if you want. We might have only had 32% possession that game, but we did have 100% of the goals, which is ideally the most important. Edouard Mendy, he is absolutely my man of the match. Incredible. He's Mendy'd the defence, if you would. Ben Chilwell, again, my favourite player, as you can see by my name. I didn't really see him in the second half, and that isn't like a criticism. He was just always in the right place at the right time. So you rarely heard his name called. You rarely saw him tracking back because he was in the right place at the right time. But I'll just say it based on the influence and not too many things came around his right side. Ben Chilwell is probably the only person I'm going to give an 8 today because he wasn't as attacking as he could be. Didn't need to be, of course. But some very good passes. And he, unfortunately, he gave it away probably twice, which is half as many times as the other players. So that's the only reason I'd do that for you. Antonio Rudiger, the Batman of the day. Yeah, that's true. He did pocket Vinicius, but I've seen a lot of people pocket Vinicius this season. The only person I didn't see pocket Vinicius this season is Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he's having an absolute stinker of a season compared to his usual standards. So. And do not get it twisted. Ben Chilwell is my favourite player. It's just that's what I'm saying today. Exactly. His job was to defend. But I'm just saying, as a wing-back, your jobs are to defend and to attack. Otherwise, he would have just had a back 4. His attacking didn't actually matter today. But I still love him. But he gets an 8. You can't give everyone a 9. I mean, you can, but where's the fun in that? The Batman, Antonio Rudiger. He's up here. Absolutely. Antonio Rudiger's up there. What a turnaround. Him, do you know what? We'll talk about these two at the same time. What a turnaround these two have been. Wow. The AC Hive, if you're not on with Lewis, jump on it. Wow. I believe if Lewis is right, we've just ruined a 19-game winning streak. Unbeaten streak. Sorry, not winning streak. 19-game unbeaten streak. Wow. Yeah, do you know what? If I wasn't lazy, I would have put an 8.5 in there. So, all right, fair enough. But so yeah, these two players I've just put in the GOATs, Antonio Rudiger and Andreas Christensen. Wow. If you told me 8 months ago, right, that Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger were going to be some of the first names on the team sheet of my starting 11 of the club that I supported, I probably would have blocked you on all platforms of social media and hopefully tried to get you arrested, because that was, what a turnaround. That would have been disgusting if I heard you say that about 8 months ago. Wow, they're incredible. The chemistry that they've got is just remarkable, and full credit to Thomas Tuchel. And it really is just insane. Seriously incredible. Money Mace is getting a 9 today. He's absolutely getting a 9. Like I said, if this is me being like facetious, really, but we could have won by a lot more. Mount was one of the people that missed one of the chances, and it's unfair. I could give everyone a GOAT status. Really, we're in the final of the Champions League, for goodness sake. But he was great. He gets a 9. His goal, he deserves his goal. Everyone who follows the channels well enough, you know who Johnny is. He called it. This was calling out. It was written in the stars for Mace to be that little extra that sends us through, and it was incredible. Really, really, really good. Let's go to the substitute. So these three. So these three, I'm not going to rate. So I'm just going to keep them on the 0 to 6. That's not. It's just because they didn't have enough of an influence, or didn't have enough time to have an influence. Nothing against them. Pulley. Do you know what? Bearing in mind he was a substitute, Pulisic is getting a 9 as well. An 8. Sorry, he absolutely changed the game. Absolutely changed it. It was getting a bit. We were like, oh, for goodness sake! Like we were almost sort of doing the same thing over and over again, and it was sort of getting. You could feel the Real Madrid team sort of coming to terms with what they assumed was going to happen. And then Pulisic came on and absolutely started tearing them a new one again, because it was just like a fresh pair of legs we needed, and it was excellent, perfectly timed. Maybe could have done 5 minutes earlier, but awesome, really, really well timed. So yeah, bear in mind this as a substitute for playing for half an hour, Christian Pulisic is getting an 8. Fantastic assist, brilliant. He was brilliant today. 9 at worst. Yeah, I mean I would do, but he came on, scored assist, did everything he wanted to do. I'm giving him an 8. That's what I'm giving him. Timo Werner was excellent today. He was excellent. He played where he should do, in my opinion. He was quick. He was unfortunate with the first one. He could have just, and in fairness, that was sort of if Mount sort of laid him off earlier rather than head to Ben Chilwell, he would have been onside and through on goal had the pass been accurate enough for it to get to him in the first place. But it was really, really good. It was a good goal. I would have loved that chip to have been a Havertz, but Werner had to be there. He got it in. He got his goal. He didn't put his head down. A few wary touches and stuff, but it didn't come to anything in the end. His runs are fantastic, this was one of the only games I hadn't seen Timo miss an absolute sitter. So Timo Werner today, and I think we all owe him an apology, myself included. He gets a 9. I disagree with that. No, I do I disagree with that, because he wasn't also. Mount passed out to Ben Chilwell, and he anticipated that Mount was going to pass to him, which is why he was that extra inch offside. That's all. And he does need to improve on his first touch, but he scored one of the goals that has sent us through to the Champions League final. So I can't be too critical of him today, because that's not fair. You can't expect him to touch every single thing down. He's only going to get better, really. And it was offside. Yeah, no, I promise you, if it went over the bar, I wouldn't be being as nice. But there we go. So these guys are staying there. So we got R2 today. Kai Havertz, he's living up to his name, isn't he? He's being fantastic. Really, really fantastic today. Again, could have scored. The chip. Oh, I wish the chip could have gone in. But his overall play was fantastic. Havertz is in the 6 because I haven't given him a rating yet. Don't panic. And I'm just talking about Havertz now. There's no way I'm giving him a 6. Don't worry. His hold-up play was fantastic. He is everything we expected and assumed he would be. Kai Havertz today is getting... He's another one getting a 9, which is just lovely, isn't it? I haven't given guys. I haven't. Everyone, be patient. I haven't marked Kante yet. Don't worry. The only 3 I'm keeping in the 0 to 6 is the late subs. Do not panic over it. It's fine. And N'Golo Kante, much like everybody agrees, most of you would agree that Kante is in contention, if not the man of the match. He essentially, unless he has an absolute stinker, could be man of the match every single game. He's fantastic. He's one of my favourite players we've ever bought. I think he's incredible. I think his tracking is amazing. People say it's like playing with twins. He's amazing. He was brilliant today. He played a vital role in both the goals. He assists of the assisters, if you would. I know it hit the crossbar. Havertz's chip, so technically not. But it's amazing. N'Golo Kante is a goat. And that is not even up for debate. These 3 are staying there for obvious reasons. Didn't have an impact. Didn't need to have an impact. But yeah, guys, that is... And if I had Thomas Tuchel, he'd be sort of up here somewhere. If I had a little cut out of Tuchel, and me and Sammy will get on that for you. But if we had a Tuchel, we'd get him sort of around here. Up in the gods. Because he was awesome. So yeah, guys, let me know who your man of the match was. My personal man of the match was this man here. He was my personal man of the match. I think he was incredible. And it just goes to show you. And I know Kepa's actually come into a very special type of form under Tuchel. But Edouard Mendy is just so commanding. And he's honestly just... He's done everything we wanted from people. And but yeah. So, guys, who was your man of the match? I've got 10 minutes just for a couple of questions and stuff, and then I'll be signing off. And again, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe, all of that sort of nonsense to the stuff. And, of course, the phone-in will be with Lewis, and I'm sure you're all very excited for that. And, again, please get the likes up, guys, if you haven't already. Please, please, please. I'm trying to get some subscribers on my own personal YouTube to have my own videos like this and help Blues Fans TV just keep growing and growing and growing. So follow me on YouTube at BluesBroJoe. Follow me on Twitter where I do memes on the games and comment on the games and things like that. Please keep it going because I love being here with you guys and it's all just enjoy. And then Kante man of the match and Tuchel we trust. Can I please have your comments on the game on Saturday? It would be nice to score some brownie points and win. We need to win. Personally, we need to win over purely because West Ham have a much easier run of games than we do. I believe. I know we've got more than 3, but we have City, Arsenal, Leicester, not in that order, but difficult games, all that are close to us ish. Not so much Arsenal. Sorry, guys, but we need those games to. We need those points, unless it sort of depends on what we need to do. I'd make a couple of changes. I wouldn't make too many changes because it worked well, and it's crunch time of the season. If you're going to get tired, everyone's going to be slightly fatigued. It's been a really difficult season, but Man City haven't had it easy either. So, Thiago Silva did play. He's just in between Mount and Aspie. So, yeah, he did play. I think we've got to go. We have to go for it. If that is, I believe that's the West Ham fixtures. So, easier. Not easy, but easier on paper. If you've got West Brom fighting for their lives, Brighton, they're not fighting for their lives, but everything Seb is saying, it was unreal. It is so good. I can't. This was just me being critical for the sake of keeping the conversation going, guys. If it was up to me and there weren't 300 of you still watching, everyone would be in the GOAT. But just for the sake of argument and for the sake of sort of differentials, I wanted to have an actual conversation with stuff, because realistically, there were some times where it was squeaky bum time. We could have been 1-0 down, and the reason we didn't go 1-0 down overall, we honestly could have been 1-0 down if it wasn't for Edouard Mendy. Karim Benzema is one of the most clinical strikers in that league, in the top 5 leagues in Europe. We didn't let him score today. And that says so much about our defence. Any of the defenders could have been man of the match for me today, but it was Edouard Mendy, because he is that final stopper between that goal, and he did his job to perfection. He was in the right place at the right time. He came out at the right time. He commanded the box at the right time. He passed it short at the right time. He cleared it long at the right time. He did not put a foot wrong today, and that is why he is my man of the match. And what a bid. There's a reason someone like Petr Cech knows what he's talking about, and there is a reason why we trust a man like Petr Cech. Wow. Genuinely wow. So what do you guys think of the Champions League final? Should it be moved to Wembley? Could it be moved to Wembley? Do we want it to be moved to Wembley? I definitely want it to be moved to Wembley. Man of the match on Saturday is just like a dress rehearsal. Of course it is. Of course it is. Kante gets a 10 for you. Yeah, he got a 10 for me. Who would you take from the 2012 team? Oh, I'd put Drogba in. Hands down. I always had a special place in my heart for Jose Basinga as well, but I wouldn't take him. But that's just a special shout out to Jose. No, of course, you're always going to take Drogba. Of course you are. But I'm also, you know what? It's going to be a tricky fight, and whoever comes out tops on the 29th of May is going to be rightfully deserved of it. We've both had very good seasons. We've both got a very good team. We've both got a very good we've got very good youngsters, and City have got a very good youngster. And I, for one, am very, very excited to hopefully see them both in an England shirt on the same pitch, because not only are they both fantastic, but they're very different players, and they can play off each other like nobody's business if under the right management. Whether that's Southgate, I don't know, but here's hoping that they pull it out the bag, because they are excellent. Yeah, of course. Matter of obviously being the person that took the corner in the first place for Drogba's header. But no, you would never not take Drogba in any climate, let alone the current one. Your man of the match had to be Rudiger. Yeah, he'd be a lot of people. Any of the defenders could have been man of the match, to be fair. But Mendy, it had to be Mendy for me. Gloves, glue on those gloves. May the best team win. Should be a good game if our attackers are on form. Yeah. And it should be an even better game if our defenders stop them. And although... Yeah, okay, man of the match, Tony Rudiger. Who will be our King Drogba? Money Mace. Money Mace is going to be the next. Money Mace is going to be one of the best things that's ever happened to this club if we can keep him fit and hold him onto him. He's incredible. He is insane. And, you know, people will say, oh, like other fan bases will say, oh, you only rate him because he's English and has been at the academy. Absolutely not. He's fantastic. Every single manager that he's ever had thinks he's fantastic. He's become undroppable under 3 different managers now. And there's a reason why. He's awesome. He's incredible, and I'm very, very excited. Timo and they did. Well, they didn't really have any competition, did they? Because, you know, we just did so well. I barely knew Hazard was playing, as much as that pains me to say it, because I love him. No, they don't have experience in finals, but I would dispute that there's a few people in the City team that don't. Foden doesn't. Obviously Mahrez does. De Bruyne does. Yeah, they've got more people. Diaz, I can't remember where Diaz came from, to be perfectly honest. Zinchenko, Don't know if he's been there for long enough to have been there. But yeah, may the best team win. It's going to be a good game. I'm desperate for us to win it, but you know, City aren't to be sniffed at, and we pulled off an incredible performance today. So hopefully we can do it again. Who's in Benfica? Thank you. Mendy man of the match. Would not have won that without him. No, we wouldn't have done. We absolutely wouldn't have done. And if we did, it would have been by the skin of our teeth rather than go at them all guns blazing. And it was just, I cannot get over how good it was, guys. So again, just have a quick look at this for me. Any more questions before I shoot off, guys? And please let me know what you think of myself, actually. I'd like to know your stuff. Please follow me. Please follow me on Twitter. Let's get my on YouTube. Let's get my subscribers up so I can start making content for you guys. As you can see, I also do my music, so I'll be doing that for you, which is why Bluesbro Joe works both ways. But yeah, I just want to keep doing this for you guys. I want to keep this page getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and let's just all enjoy ourselves for the rest of this season, because we've done it. We've been through hell and back this season, and let's all just enjoy being at the top of our game recently. So it's just awesome. Like this man says, it does mean a lot. And you know, we nearly had it taken away from us a month ago. So would I play a full length? Yeah, no, I would. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Tactically, I'd change it, but I'd keep it big. Keep it big. Again, guys, Saturday the 15th of May, as Sammy says, we're so that's too fine. Thomas Tuchel has got us in very easy, comfortable top 4 battle, and 2 finals. That is not to be sniffed at, which is fantastic. And do keep tabs of this one, guys, because we will be doing all your watch-alongs, all your backs, and all of those things. Are tickets available? That is a question for someone that is not me, unfortunately. What I would say is, against Man City on Saturday, I would like to see Billy Gilmour. Really like Billy Gilmour, and I think he performs every time he's on the pitch. And if there's a player that you want rested, it's N'Golo Kante or Jorginho. So, you know, but that he can replace either of them. He needs to do that. I'd like to see Callum Hudson-Odoi play a little bit more towards the end of the season. But basically, anything Thomas Tuchel does for the rest of the season, I will wholeheartedly stand by him until the final whistle blows of each game, because he quite obviously is a genius and knows exactly what you were doing. So, and then for all the people that have said we've had an easy ride up until now, you're all idiots, you're all liars, and no one likes you. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We've just pushed the hour mark. Do stay tuned for Lewis's phone in. Hopefully I will be on there myself as well, giving you a bit of a rundown, and I'm sure I'll be on a... Oh, good question, Sammy. Quick question. Yes, he should. Yes, he should. And if he has a clanger of a 45 minutes, we'll put Mendy on. But I think he should start. He hasn't let in a goal yet, I don't think. But yeah, guys, stay tuned for the watch-along. Add me on Twitter. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Let's keep all the followers going. Don't forget, Laurenz needs to get to 10,000 today. What an extra little bit of joy that would bring him on a day he's already having a fantastic time. Let's do that. Do that for him. Join Lewis on the live phone in. I'll be there too. I'll be about on most channels this evening for the day. Thank you very much, guys. As always, up the Chelsea. We are in the Champions League Final. I'll see you on the 15th of May. I'll see you on the 29th of May. I'll probably see you on Saturday. Rest easy. Look after yourself. Up the Chelsea. We did it.